for bone health. It's important when you have kidney disease to be mindful of your vitamin D levels because you're more at risk to have low vitamin D levels. And that's because you've probably heard about getting vitamin D from the sunshine, from the sunlight, right? But your kidneys are responsible for converting that sunlight into vitamin D in your body. So if your kidneys aren't working properly, you might not get all that vitamin D from the sunlight. So the great thing about mushrooms is that they sit in the sunlight and they absorb some of that vitamin D. So when you eat the mushrooms, you're getting some of that vitamin D. So I always like to recommend mushrooms for my clients because of the great.
Welcome to Hope with Jonathan. I'm Jonathan Traylor, a kidney transplant recipient. Based on my near-death experience with kidney failure, we now spotlight kidney patients' story, giving them a platform to express their personal journey with battling kidney disease, kidney failure, dialysis, waiting for kidney transplant, and much more. We share stories of hope right here on the Hope with Jonathan podcast. Hope with Jonathan podcast is a Hope Media production. Never let hope become a memory. Hope with Jonathan podcast is a Hope Media production. Hey, Kellsey, how are you?
Hey, Jonathan, I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great,
I'm so excited to join you tonight to talk about veggies.
Yeah, I love veggies. I don't know about you, but I like my vegetables.
Oh my goodness. Yes, they're always like one of the main parts of my meal. And I'm always trying to get my clients to eat more vegetables if they can, because like you said, they're so beneficial for your health.
Yeah. Well, Kellsey, why don't you introduce yourself and let everybody know who you are and where you're from and what you do?
Yeah, of course. So, hi everyone. My name is Kellsey. I'm a registered dietitian who specializes in chronic kidney disease management, and I am located in the Philadelphia area. But I actually work with clients from all over the country, as well as all over the world. And what's really great about that is that I work with everyone via telehealth. So I can talk to you in your pajamas. You don't have to leave your house. It's really awesome. And I really got started with my private practice because I actually worked in a dialysis clinic as a dietitian and just saw so many of my patients didn't have that support that they needed with their diet to help manage their kidney health. So I decided to create my own private practice to help give people the proper support that they need to live a healthy life with kidney disease.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you said you can do that in your pajamas, so that's even more awesome.
Oh yeah, totally. We have video chats or phone calls, and I encourage pajamas because it just makes you feel so much less stressed about everything.
Exactly. That's awesome. No, so we wanted to come on tonight and talk about vegetables. So, Kellsey, this video is a top 5 vegetables for chronic kidney disease patients. So, let's start, I guess, with number 1. What do you have for us?
Yeah, so actually my number one is gonna surprise everyone, I think, but I really wanna dive into it because there's so much misinformation about it out there. So
Sure.
are you ready for this? Because I don't know if you can handle it, but it is it is potatoes. And
Potatoes. Wow.
yes,
Okay.
I know I'm surprising you right now, but this is
Yeah.
something that is so important to know about because potatoes are really misconstrued, and they have a bad rep. I mean, come on. Everyone says you can't have potatoes when you have kidney disease, but that's not the case. Actually, potatoes have so many amazing vitamins, minerals, and fiber in them. They even have some plant-based protein, which is really cool. So I encourage my clients to eat potatoes if they like them, because the good thing about potatoes is they're really filling. They can also be a really healthy carbohydrate choice if you have blood sugar issues or if you have diabetes, right? Um, instead of pasta or rice, if you don't like those things, or if you're worried about them spiking your blood sugars, opt for potatoes because there's tons of fiber in there.
Yeah.
So the thing with potatoes is that they have a lot of potassium in them. And a
Yeah.
lot of people with kidney disease need to worry about potassium, but also a lot of people don't too. So, what I really want you to take home for this talk about potatoes is that you need to know your own potassium needs. So, if your doctor or your dietitian that you work with, whether you're on dialysis or not, if you have CKD before you're on dialysis, then you need to talk with someone about how much potassium you actually need. And the way that you can really determine this is by looking at your labs. So
Yeah.
now I cannot give you medical advice. I can't tell you one-on-one information specific to you guys, but if your potassium labs are normal, it's most likely you don't need a restriction. But if your potassium labs are high, that usually means you need a restriction. So the great thing about potatoes is that you can eat them whether you have a restriction or not, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna kind of go through how to get rid of some of the potassium from potatoes. You can actually double boil potatoes. So you boil them twice and drain the water and add new water in, and that gets rid of 50 to 75% of the potassium. So
Yeah.
really, potatoes are not off limits when you have CKD. They have so many health benefits. They help control your blood sugars. They have fiber. They have vitamins and minerals, and they can also help control your blood pressure as well, which we know is very important for managing your kidney health. So
Uh,
I wanted to talk about potatoes first so that we got
okay.
that out of the way.
Yeah, I'm sure that one's going to be a little controversial because so many people think
Yeah.
immediately potassium,
Mhm.
potassium. Because I
Mhm.
think a
Mhm.
potato has what, like 900 milligrams of
Mhm.
potassium in it.
Yep.
And I,
For
yeah,
one like medium to large potato, it's about 900. Yeah.
yeah. But like
Mhm.
you said, some patients, every patient's different, right? And
Mhm.
some patients, whenever they get their lab, they find out that their potassium is actually low. I knew
Yeah.
and so some patients actually need potassium. So,
Mhm.
CKD and the diet can be a little bit different for each patient because,
Mhm.
basically their labs can reflect differently. And so,
Yep.
what works for you may not work for me, and vice versa. And so, I think
Mhm.
that's what she's trying to let you know is that you have to kind of look at your labs and determine how much potassium, which you should be doing that anyway, regardless if you're low
Mhm.
potassium, high potassium, always referring to your labs and being mindful of what you're eating. So that's awesome. So potatoes, okay.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
and I love my potatoes too. I can't lie.
Yes.
So who
Oh,
doesn't?
yeah. And I'm really not in the business of telling people to be fearful of certain foods. So I want to take the fear out of all those foods that you're afraid to eat if you have kidney disease. And potatoes, that top food usually that people are scared to eat. So you don't have to be so scared to eat it. It's okay to double boil it. It's okay
Hmm.
to eat it if you don't have potassium restrictions. And I saw
Yeah,
a comment from Catherine about leaching. And
yeah.
leaching is another way to get rid of potassium, but it actually doesn't get rid of as much potassium as double boiling. So
Hmm.
just keep that in mind. Leaching won't get rid of 50% of the potassium. Usually it's a little bit less than that.
Yeah, and that was something I was going to ask you about was leaching. And
Mhm.
it's something that I had heard that you could do. I actually never did it. I actually just, I hate to say it, I'm kind of ashamed to say it. I really didn't eat potatoes when I was really
Mm.
strict on the renal diet.
Yeah.
Because I was
Yeah.
so scared of them. I was so
Mhm.
scared, because of the potassium. But I wish I would have came in contact with you, Kelsey, and maybe I could have, you could have changed me a little bit on that. But
Yes, that's the goal.
so what do you have for number two?
Yeah, so actually number 2 is I'm gonna flip the script a little bit. It's actually gonna be a low
Flip the script.
potassium vegetable.
Uh huh.
It's gonna be arugula. So, have you heard of
Arugula.
arugula?
I've
Yeah.
I've heard of it. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so it kinda looks like spinach. It's a green leafy vegetable, but the great thing about arugula is that it is so easy to add to everything, and it also is really low in potassium. So, arugula is one of those veggies that you don't have to be scared of at all, whether you need a potassium restriction or not. You can add it really as much as you want, and you are still going to stay within your potassium needs because for 1 cup of arugula, it's only 60 milligrams of potassium. So you could have a huge salad or add this arugula to your pasta or maybe your stir fry, and you would still be well within your potassium goals. And the reason why this is my number 2 is because it's so versatile. You can add it to so many things, but also green leafy vegetables are so important for overall health as well as kidney health. Arugula has some fiber, it has a little tiny bit of protein, it has vitamins and minerals, and all of that can help control your heart health, your blood pressure, as well as your blood sugars. So, arugula is definitely my number 2. And I always recommend that if you don't really like spinach, or maybe you are a little scared to have spinach because of the potassium, arugula is a great option to replace that spinach with.
Do most grocery stores carry arugula? Is it hard to find? Is it something that you got to go to a specialty store? What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, it's super easy to find. It's gonna be at most grocery stores. I've never not seen it at a grocery store. It's gonna be usually right next to the spinach, actually. So, um, any green leafy, veggies that you see there, just look for the one that is, a little bit lighter in color, and it's a little smaller than, some of the other leafy greens.
Interesting. Interesting.
Mhm.
I have never had it before. I'm
Oh
gonna
my
have to definitely
goodness.
try it out and check
You
it
are
out.
missing out. Yes, it is so good in a salad. It's good in on like on top of a veggie burger or turkey burger. It's
Hmm.
really, really good mixed into pasta to get some more vitamins and minerals in your pasta, more fiber. So I always recommend it.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I live in Texas, so I'm right here at HEB. I don't know if you ever
Oh
heard of
yeah.
HEB.
Mhm.
And like when I moved here from Kentucky, we used to shop at Kroger, which Kroger's
Mhm.
is amazing. Okay, they have a lot. But then when I moved to Texas and I seen HEB, I was like, oh my god, like this store has like a little bit of everything in it. I'd
Mhm.
never seen a store with so much variety of stuff and just different items.
Yes.
And so
Mhm.
I'm sure that my local HEB has arugula, so I'm gonna have to look at it next time I'm in there because they've got everything. They've got like cilantro and all the different types of lettuces and greens in there. So
Yes.
you guys look out for the arugula at your local grocery store.
Yeah, I know. I'm throwing tons of new things at you. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
hope you guys are
First
ready for
you
it.
hit me with potatoes first, and
Oh
now
my
arugula.
goodness. I know. Well, the next one is not going to be a huge surprise, but I think it's really important to talk about because of the health benefits. And
Sure.
the next one is actually cruciferous vegetables, which is like broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts. Okay,
Hmm.
so these are the ultimate vegetables for giving you so many health benefits, not just like fiber, vitamins, and minerals, but they also have cancer fighting benefits too.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So cruciferous vegetables, they've done studies on them and they have been shown to help prevent certain illnesses and really help keep your health at the optimal place. So cruciferous vegetables are always going to be a great option for you. They have tons of fiber. They're pretty moderate in potassium. So, like for 1 cup of broccoli, it's about 230 milligrams of potassium, 2.5 grams of fiber, and about 2.5 grams of protein. So, you even get a little bit of plant based protein in there. And they also go with everything too. If you're making like a shrimp stir fried rice, you can throw in broccoli. If you're making pasta, you can throw in some cauliflower. They're so versatile and they're just so good for your overall health. So, that's going to be my number 3.
Okay. That sounds amazing. Now we can find those as well at our local grocery
Mhm.
stores as well.
Yeah, those ones are going to be a lot easier to kind of like see right away because they're very common veggies. They're always going to be there and they're going to be right in the front when you walk into the produce aisle because they're so popular. So very easy to get.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
So you can basically walk into your local grocery store, and if you don't find them, then you can probably ask someone that's walking around or in that area and probably
Mhm.
lead you right to them.
Yes, exactly. So, and that goes for any of these veggies. If you can't find them and you don't spot them, just ask someone and they can help you.
What would be the best one that you say? Because it sounds like there's multiples or a few of them.
Mhm. For the cruciferous
Yeah.
vegetables,
Mm-hmm.
honestly, I go for the broccoli. I think that is the best tasting and the most versatile. You can put cheese on broccoli, you can put garlic and spices, you can make it taste really good, and it goes with everything. Whereas cauliflower and sprouts are gonna have a little bit more of a distinct taste, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
when someone's cooking Brussels sprouts, it doesn't always smell the best, whereas broccoli is a little bit more mild. But my second one would be cauliflower because raw cauliflower is so tasty. So, but yeah, broccoli is my number one for that.
Oh, I love broccoli. I really am a huge fan of broccoli,
Mhm.
and I like carrots and those type of things
Mhm.
like that as well. So
Mhm.
so those are amazing. So
Yes.
yeah, I'm already a fan of the you said crucible.
Yeah, cruciferous. Cruciferous.
Cruciferous.
Yep.
Cruciferous.
Mhm.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. I'd never
Mhm.
heard them called that or described that before. So that's a
Yeah.
new term. I'm learning all kind of stuff tonight. Literally.
I'm so glad. Yeah, that's like the group, the family of vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts. It's called cruciferous veggies. Yeah.
Awesome.
And
Awesome.
yeah, they're known for having cancer fighting benefits. So I mean, why wouldn't you want to have those?
Yeah, I mentioned that at the beginning about eating
Mhm.
vegetables. That it can,
Yep.
not only lower your blood pressure, lower your blood sugars, but also help fight cancer, which is huge. I mean,
Yes.
so why wouldn't you want to eat some vegetables, right? Because
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
as everybody knows, the cancer. I mean, it seems like everyone has had someone in their family or somewhere down the line. You've known a friend or someone that's ended up battling cancer in some form, and
Mhm.
it's so vegetables sounds like plays a huge part in fighting against cancer.
Oh, yes, definitely. And it's really because of all the antioxidants, the compounds that are found in vegetables. They really help protect your cells and protect your body against free radicals, which can make you more susceptible to cancer and other diseases. So, vegetables have so many amazing benefits, and including them in your diet can be such a great way to help manage your kidney disease, but also other aspects of your health too.
Sure, yeah. That's one of the big things about doing this is that's what I wanted
Mhm,
people to understand is the benefits, when you're a chronic
mhm,
kidney disease patient and talking about different foods that we need to eat that are healthy for us and things like that. And I think it's important for us to have this knowledge because, like I said, when you're first early diagnosed and you're handed, this pamphlet or a piece of paper describing the types of food that you're supposed to eat, you can literally spend a lot of time in a grocery store searching and reading labels and looking. So I'm hoping that this will be a good resource for people to look back on and kind of get a good idea of what types of vegetables that they could be trying to eat.
yeah, definitely. When you get like a brochure, a pamphlet from your kidney doctor, and you look at it, it can be so confusing. Sometimes people get just one page that says like eat this and don't eat that, and
Yeah.
that makes you so overwhelmed because you're like, wait, how can I avoid all of these foods on this don't eat list? So it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be so scary, and that's kind of why we're breaking down these veggies for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I think a lot of patients are afraid. So we want to
Mhm.
kind of dismiss some myths and break down that fear a little bit that you can still eat some things and enjoy them, depending upon what your team tells you and your labs and all that stuff. So we definitely want you to refer to your team before you make or implement any changes.
Mhm.
This in no way, shape, or form is a diagnosis. We're just trying to share some information with you guys that may be beneficial.
Yeah.
So what? So number four. What do you have for number four?
Yeah. So this one might surprise you too, but it's actually going to be mushrooms.
Mushrooms. I
And
love
yeah,
mushrooms.
okay, good, because I feel like people either hate them or they love them. I
Mm,
love mushrooms too, but
hmm
the great thing about mushrooms is not just the fiber. They have
hmm
lots of good fiber. They have great vitamins and minerals. And really, one of the most important vitamins that they have is vitamin D. So,
Vitamin D. Okay.
yeah. So, you've heard about vitamin D. It's really important for bone health. It's important when you have kidney disease to be mindful of your vitamin D levels because you're more at risk to have low vitamin D levels. And that's
hmm
because you've probably heard about getting vitamin D from the sunshine, from the sunlight, right?
Right.
But your kidneys are responsible for converting that sunlight into vitamin D in
hmm
your body. So if your kidneys aren't working properly, you might not get all that vitamin D from the sunlight. So um, the great thing about mushrooms is that they sit in the sunlight and they absorb some of that vitamin D. So when you eat the mushrooms, you're getting some of that vitamin D. So I always like to recommend mushrooms for my clients because of the great vitamin D. They also have vitamin C in them. They have selenium, which is a another nutrient, as well as choline. These are all really vital nutrients for your overall health and kidney health. They also help fight cancer too. There's actually been a study to show that mushrooms may help prevent lung, prostate, and breast cancer. And I just think that's incredible. If you can try and prevent those things with vegetables, especially mushrooms, oh my goodness, that's amazing, right? And so
hmm
I just think mushrooms are one of the best vegetables to have in your diet.
Yeah, you know what? I've been eating them all my life, on pizza and different
Mhm.
things like that. And of course, some people are turned off from them because they're considered a fungus.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
to me, they're better cooked, for sure, than they are raw. But I don't know. Maybe you have a different opinion on that. Some people I've seen like chop them up and eat them in salads and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
what's your opinion on that?
Yeah, so I actually like them raw in a salad, but that's the only way I'll eat them raw. I won't like dip them into hummus or anything like that. I think
Mm,
they're really, really good cooked with
yeah.
some garlic and onions and put it in pasta
hmm
or stir fry. I think that's the best way to have them. Pasta is my go-to. Like if I'm making pasta, I'm always going to put mushrooms in it, and the recipes that I give my clients are always going to have mushrooms in them too. So now, in terms of like types of mushrooms, now there's some really good ones like portobellas, baby
hmm
bella,
hmm
shiitake. They all have a little bit different nutrition value, but my favorite and the one that I recommend the most is baby bellas. They're really common. Those
hmm
are the ones you're going to see in the mushroom section of the grocery store at any grocery store.
Yeah.
Um, and they can be white or brown, and it doesn't matter which one. But those are the ones that are mostly like moderate in potassium. Portobellos are those really big ones, and those are going to be a little higher in potassium. So just
Yeah.
keep that in mind.
Yeah, I had a friend send me some they're like mushroom jerky.
Yeah.
I believe it
Mhm.
was Shane Blanchard, and they were
Mhm.
made with the shiitake mushroom.
Yes.
And I did a little bit
Mhm.
of research on them and found out that they are actually kidney friendly. Those mushrooms
Yeah.
are kidney friendly, and
Yes.
so
Mhm.
I think a lot of people are a little leery of those mushrooms because some people actually go out in like the nature and pick mushrooms and things like
Yes.
that.
Mhm.
I don't know what I feel about that. I'd be a little leery and scared of doing things like that. But I mean, that's just me. What are your
Yeah.
thoughts on those type of mushrooms?
Yeah, so actually my fiance is he's trying to get into mushroom foraging. So
Okay.
I actually have quite a bit of knowledge of this, which is really weird that you just asked that. And the best way to go about doing that is if you see mushrooms in the wild, if you're hiking or going for a walk, do not pick them. Do not eat them because most likely they're going to be inedible. It's really hard to tell between the different types of mushrooms, so do not eat them. Do not even touch them because sometimes they can have harmful effects on you. So don't get your mushrooms from the wild, get them from the grocery store so that you know they're safe.
Absolutely, yeah. Because I mean, there's been some people that's actually went out and picked mushrooms, and unfortunately, they've passed away because these were highly
Yes.
toxic and poisonous to their body.
Yep. Exactly. They can actually, I mean, you said it, it's a fungus. So a lot of the different types of mushrooms that maybe you haven't heard of that you might see out in the wild are toxic and they will kill you if you ingest them. So the best bet is to just avoid them at all costs.
Yeah, absolutely. All right,
Mhm.
well, we're nearing down to number five, I guess. So you surprised me with potatoes, and then we've talked a little bit about some different greens, and
Mhm.
now and then we moved on to mushrooms, and
Yep.
so what's going to be number five?
Well, I went back and forth on this one because there's a couple that I wanted to pick, but I think I'm gonna go with green peas. And
Green
I
peas.
know that yeah, so I know that a lot of people are either hate peas or love them, right? As a kid, you're given peas on your plate and you push them away. You're like, ew, these are gross. But they actually have some really great health benefits. And the main one is that they're a really good source of plant based protein. So if you have chronic kidney disease, you're not on dialysis, and you are wanting to follow a more plant based diet, if you replace your chicken, beef, turkey, fish, eggs with green peas, like in a stir fry or in pasta or rice dish, you can actually get a little bit less protein than the meat products, and you can get plant based protein, which is going to help with your kidney health and help protect your kidneys. So, sometimes when I have a client who's just starting out with me and they don't know how to make those swaps for a more plant based item versus a meat based, animal based item, I'll recommend to just replace it with green peas. And yes, it doesn't taste like chicken, it doesn't taste like eggs, but you're getting still some protein from that, but it's plant-based protein. So 1 cup of green peas is actually 8 grams of protein, which is about actually it's a little bit more than in an egg. So one large egg has about 7 grams. So it's even 1 more gram than an egg, which is awesome. And also, green peas have so much fiber, 7 grams of fiber per cup. That is huge. That's like 2 slices of whole grain bread. That's like a whole salad worth of fiber. So you can pack in a lot of fiber. And the reason why I'm talking about fiber this whole time is because fiber has really two main benefits for your kidney health. The one is fiber helps control your heart health, your blood pressure, and your cholesterol. The second is fiber helps control your blood sugars. It helps keep your blood sugars stable. And we know that if we protect your heart and your blood sugars, we're protecting your kidneys. So that's why you need tons of fiber in your diet, and green peas are a great way to get that fiber.
Yeah, and also I believe fiber actually goes hand in hand with your gut health as well. So to
Yep.
keep things going and all
Yeah.
that and all that stuff. So
Yeah, and
so
that's a really a big topic when it comes to kidney disease because
mhm,
if your gut isn't working, that can make your kidney disease worse. So we
yeah,
wanna keep your gut moving, we wanna keep you going to the bathroom regularly, so fiber
right.
is gonna help you do that.
Yeah, I was on renal binders when I was in on
Mhm.
dialysis, and boy, I can tell you, I had a lot of problems in that area with taking those type of medications. that was supposed to take out, your phosphorus and all the bad,
Mhm.
toxins out of your blood, and that really was an issue for me. And I think a lot of kidney patients. I think vegetables would definitely help with constipation. Most definitely.
Oh, definitely. And now one of the other things too is that if you're eating more vegetables, you're going to get more fiber, but to help move that fiber along in your digestive tract, you need water. So if you're going to
Yeah.
eat more vegetables after watching this talk, which I hope you will, make sure you drink more water too, because you don't want that fiber to sit in your stomach for like
Yeah, you
days
gotta
and days.
drink your water.
Yes, you want to wash it along. So don't
Hmm.
forget to drink water.
Yeah, hydration plays a huge key
Mhm.
in constipation and all that type of stuff as well. So,
Yep,
not just having your
exactly.
fiber and your vegetables, but you got to be hydrated as well. So, that plays a huge
Yes.
part in it. So,
Oh, definitely. We could do a whole talk on that for sure.
what type of advice would you have for kidney patients out there that just don't like vegetables? I mean,
Mhm.
they just can't stand them.
Yeah, that's really common because sometimes veggies don't taste that good to people. So, my number one recommendation is to eat the vegetables that you like, right? Yes, I gave you 5 of my top veggies for kidney health, but if you don't like any of those and you just like carrots, focus on carrots because you don't have to try to force yourself to eat things you don't like, right? That's going to make eating so much less enjoyable for you and it's probably going to
Mhm.
make you more stressed, right? So, if you only like 2 vegetables, let's focus on those. Now, the second part of that is add things to your vegetables to make it taste better. You don't have to just eat them raw or eat them steamed, right? If you like cheese, sprinkle some Parmesan cheese on top of your broccoli to make it taste better. Have some lemon juice or lime juice, some vinegar, olive oil, balsamic vinegar, spices. Add things to actually enhance the flavor of the vegetables so that you enjoy it. One of my favorite things to do is put them in the air fryer, like any vegetables. So, broccoli, mushrooms, cauliflower, whatever it is. Do some olive oil, some balsamic vinegar, and then some Mrs. Dash seasoning, which is salt free, and put that in the air fryer and make it really crispy. And then they taste so much better that way.
Man, that sounds amazing. I have an air fryer here, so I may have
Yeah.
to pull it out and air fry some
Mhm.
vegetables and some Parmesan cheese.
Yes. Oh my goodness. That's one of my favorites. And some garlic too. Put some garlic on top.
What about dipping sauces for vegetables? When people eat like
Yeah.
raw vegetables,
Mhm.
you get out the broccoli, the carrots, and celery sticks. What type of healthy things can we use to maybe as an additive as far as like dipping or putting on the vegetables?
Yeah, I talk about that a lot on my Instagram page because that's
Hmm.
another way to get you to eat more vegetables and fruit too sometimes. And I have like 3 main dips that I always recommend. And the first one is like a sour cream dip with Mrs. Dash in it or some herbs and spices, because that's going to be something to kind of make you enjoy it a little bit more. It feels kind of fun. Sour cream is also low sodium, low potassium, and low phosphorus. So that's a great option. The other one is hummus. Hummus is just chickpeas mashed up with like olive oil and lemon juice. And that can be a great way to eat your veggies too. And then the last one is guacamole or like avocado
Oh.
spread. Yeah, that's a good one too. But just
Mm-hmm.
remember portion size if you need a low potassium diet.
Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Down here in South Texas, where I'm at, guacamole is almost served
Oh,
everywhere.
oh my good I'm so jealous. I wish that was the case in Philly. Oh my goodness. Guacamole is my favorite. So,
Yeah, it's crazy. There's some places that'll actually offer it instead of chips and salsa. You can get
oh,
chips and guacamole.
oh my gosh, that sounds like heaven. I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I love sour cream. You're not going to believe this, but I have never tried hummus in my life ever.
Oh my goodness. I don't believe it. You need to get on that because I think you would like it.
Yeah, I'm 44 and I've never
Wow.
had it. Never
Oh
tried it.
my gosh. And there's
Yeah.
so many flavors too.
Yeah. I've
Oh
seen it at the
goodness.
store like I don't know how many times and just said, I don't know about that. And so I don't know. I'm gonna have to go to ATB after we're done and check it
Yeah,
out.
you need to stock up on some things.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. What about? Let me ask you about peanut butter.
Mhm.
on like celery and things
Yeah.
like that. Is that something healthy, or is that something we should be mindful of, or
Yeah,
what do you think? What's your thoughts?
I love that question. I think it's actually can be a really healthy snack for you if
Hmm.
you're putting it on celery or even like apple slices if we're talking about fruit. And the
Hmm.
reason why it's going to be a healthy option for you is because it has healthy fats that keep your heart healthy. It also has fiber and plant-based protein. So when you eat that peanut butter with crackers or veggies or fruit, it's actually going to help keep your blood sugar stable and it's going to help keep your heart healthy too. And those are the things we want. So I think it's a great option. I usually recommend just watching your portion size if you are on a low potassium diet or if you're trying to lose weight, because peanut butter, almond butter, cashew butter are going to have more calories in them because they're made from nuts, which are high calories. But they're also going to have a little potassium in them because nuts have potassium in them too. So just keep that
Yeah.
in mind.
Awesome, man. I love nuts. I like dry roasted peanuts and things like
Mhm.
that. So I'm always either adding
Yes.
adding those to my salad, or every once in a while, just I'll go in the kitchen and get me a handful of some peanuts
Mhm.
and eat those. So
Yeah,
so that's
that's a great
amazing.
option. I
Yeah,
love that.
yeah. Well, listen, let's go over them one more time. So you may have to help me with them. So the first
Mhm.
one we said was potatoes,
Yep.
shockingly.
Yes.
Number two was arugula. You
Yep.
said.
Arugula. Mhm.
Okay, which is a leafy, kind of a
Leafy
lettuce,
green. Yep.
leafy green,
Mhm.
and that you can find it. Most local grocery stores will have that,
Yep.
and you can always ask in your
Mhm.
department there that a worker or whatnot, or maybe even a manager if you can't find someone, and
Yeah.
talk with them about that. And then number three, what you have to remind me again. What did we say number three was?
Yep. So that was like broccoli and cauliflower, which are
Hmm.
also part of the cruciferous vegetable family.
Cruciferous.
Yeah,
That's
which
right.
arugula is part of that too, but it's just a little bit different because it's a leafy green. So the broccoli and cauliflower are going to give you really good cancer fighting benefits.
All right. And then four we said was
We said mushrooms for
mushrooms. That's right. That's right.
Mhm.
And I eat mushrooms on my pizza sometimes if we have
Yes.
pizza. So I like
Mhm.
mushrooms on my pizza. So that's there you go. And
Yep.
then number five,
Green peas.
green peas. So
Yeah.
when you mentioned that, in my mind for some reason I thought like snow peas and
Oh,
all these
yeah.
different peas that they
Mhm.
have out there.
I'm just
So
talking about the plain old peas that you're gonna find, like, if in a frozen bag of peas or
hmm
Trader Joe's, for example. Trader Joe's has a bag of English peas, that's a good option. But, yeah, I'm just talking about plain old peas that
plain
you
old
can
peas,
find.
the
Yeah,
ones that you used to get on your plate as a kid that they would
yeah,
try to force you to eat, the little green balls that
yeah.
were together and next to your mashed potatoes and carrots and whatever that your
Yeah,
parents were trying to force you to eat. Yeah, I remember those. And
yeah,
I believe you can buy those in the steamer bag section as well.
yeah. Yeah, you
Mhm.
can, it makes it so easy to just heat up in the microwave and you're good to go.
Yeah, I do the same with the broccoli, cauliflower, carrot medley. You can find those in the freezer, and then I do the same with broccoli, with the freezer bags. Even though I know they say fresh is best, when you're on the go and kind of want to do things quick, sometimes it's easy to just reach into the freezer and grab the freezer bag and steam it in the microwave. So
Oh, yeah, I'm all for the frozen veggies. Actually, just a fun fact, fresh isn't always the best. Actually,
okay.
I like to think of frozen as sometimes the best because what happens is when you're looking at fresh vegetables in the grocery store, they may have been sitting for a while in like a produce, warehouse or something like that, whereas
Hmm.
frozen vegetables are picked right when they're fresh, right when they're ripe, and they're frozen right away. So actually, sometimes frozen veggies are riper than fresh vegetables, which is just crazy. It kind of blows your mind. But
Yeah.
if you don't have the time to make fresh veggies or steam them or whatever yourself, just buy the
hmm
frozen bags. Make it easy on yourself.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. Very very convenient, especially when you're busy and on the go. So it makes it easier. You can just come in, and I think it's like a 6 minute heat up in the microwave, or seven, somewhere around there.
Mhm.
Pretty
Yeah.
quick heat up. So I remember it because it was like my go-to when I was on dialysis and really following the
Mhm.
renal diet. I ate a lot of the repeat. So for dinner, usually I would slap a bag of those in the microwave along with some rice, and then I ate some
Mhm.
form of protein, whether it was
Yep.
chicken or pork or some sort of form of protein. So so I remember the steamer bags pretty still using them to this
Yeah.
day. So. All right.
Awesome.
All right, Kelsey. Well, this information has been amazing. It's been a great informational podcast that we're doing, and I hope that you guys have appreciated the information that's been shared. I'm gonna give Kelsey a few minutes here to kind of tell a little bit about what she's doing with her program, things like that, and kind of tell you guys where you can find her on social media.
Yeah, awesome. I've really enjoyed chatting with you tonight. And really, the main place you can find me is Instagram at ckd.nutrition.coach. I
Mhm.
also have a free Facebook community, and it's called CKD Nutrition. Um, Community. And so basically, what I do is every week, every single week, I do a live training. And I teach you guys about eating for your kidney disease and how to do it in a healthy way. And it's totally free. And I just want to provide you the best education possible because there's so much conflicting education online out there that you don't need any more confusion. So I like to set the record straight for you. So if you have questions about your kidney disease and eating for your CKD to help protect your kidneys, join my free Facebook group. You'll get to learn tons of information and get recipes too. But then for my one on one clients and for my group coaching program, I'm actually enrolling now. So, what I do each month is I have a group of clients that I work with, and we basically work on having you feel confident with eating for your kidney disease so that you can improve your kidney health. And so that's what I'm enrolling for right now. So if you're interested in applying for that, go to my Instagram page, ckd.nutrition.coach, and click on the link in my bio, and you can apply to work with me through that.
Yeah, she's awesome, guys. You need to definitely check her out. She's also doing TikTok videos. I should
Mhm.
have put that in here and let you guys see some of her TikTok videos that she does, but they're very educational and doing great stuff. So check her out also over on TikTok as well. She's doing some great stuff over there. And
Yeah. Thank you.
really appreciate you doing the interview with me. And it's always a pleasure to have you on the show. And I hope you guys have gained some sort of knowledge from this and picked up. I know I've actually learned a lot, and I thought I came in here knowing almost everything. Nope, wrong. Kelsey's schooling me again on some great stuff. So every time we
Oh,
do one of these podcasts, it seems like I learn a little bit more. And so thanks
mhm.
to Kelsey and her great insight.
Yes, of course. I love doing these. And I always learn too because you're out there educating people, you're talking to everyone with CKD too. So I get to learn a lot about what you guys are struggling with. So it's very beneficial for sure.
Absolutely. Well, hey guys, this is going to conclude our podcast with kidney dietitian Kellsey Reed. I hope you guys are having a blessed evening. Hope you enjoyed this, and you guys stay safe out there. Remember, take care of your kidneys. God bless. This is Jonathan.
Mhm.
Bye bye, y'all.
Bye.
Jonathan is created as an informational, educational, and entertainment show. Hope with Jonathan hosts, guests, partners provide information on the basis of research and personal experiences. and is not to be taken as or implied as diagnosis of any disease or treatment. Hope with Jonathan, its host and guests and partners, recommend and encourage you to speak to your medical team before implementing any treatment or diagnosis found on this show or any product, service associated to Hope with Jonathan.
Hey guys, have you been over to hopewithjonathan.com? You can actually listen to the audio podcast, watch live streaming interviews, purchase merch to help support Hope with Jonathan podcast, read blogs, and much, much more. For more information on this, go check out hopewithjonathan.com, where we share stories of hope.
Hey guys, have you checked out Kidney Conversations, a new series brought to you by host Hope with Jonathan and KWM's Kidney Warrior merch, Kyle Hawkers from Toronto, Canada. Yes, it's a brand new series brought to you by us for you as the kidney patient. We're trying to inform, educate, and inspire by sharing and spreading awareness for kidney disease, dialysis, kidney failure, transplant, organ donation, and so much more. This is a brand new series, guys, brought to you by Hope with Jonathan and Kidney Warrior merch. What we're going to do is post weekly on our pages across social media. Right now it's Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And then on Friday, we'll be releasing an informative video over on Hope with Jonathan. Check it out, guys, kidneyconversations.info.